welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Now Jackson throwing to start the drive. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Jackson going to keep it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nolan Smith. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Jackson from the shotgun. His throw incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun. Jackson. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Nolan Smith. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
To the sideline and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Looking to throw. Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from Bonham. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, it looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Back to throw. Jackson. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On second down, they'll run it here. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Looking to throw. Jackson. This is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 3 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A short throw caught by Andrews. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2 at the 19-yard line.
Back to throw. Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 2nd down and 3. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
180! Get hot! 180!
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
3rd and goal, Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. And Xavier Worthy from 6 yards away. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Some more offense at the line, set to get going. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep...
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And this return is... Late stages of the game here in the fourth quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Jackson. Will get this complete to Worthy. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
To throw is Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now it's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews from 3 yards out. And the Ravens have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First down, Ravens.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll keep it on the ground. Knighton. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. Now whistles and a stoppage. Here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Alpha, sit hot. 180. Sit hot. 180. Hey, sit hot.
Now a handoff up the middle. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Here's 1st down. Up the middle they go. Knighton. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. Sit hot. 180. Sit hot.
Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Sit hot. 180.
Throwing. Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's 2nd down and 3.
Sit hot. 180.
Here's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Two timeouts still at their disposal. Here's a 1st and 10 now. Jackson. This throw caught right around the 6. And the Ravens are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Now 1st first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, a ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
There's Commissioner Goodell set to hand the Lombardi Trophy to the Baltimore Ravens. They are the champions of Super Bowl 63. So that'll do it for another remarkable season of the NFL on EA Sports. For my partner, Charles Davis, all of our crew, for all of you at home, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll do it all again come the fall. Till then, good night from the Super Bowl.